Good morning. I am Gary Ezzell, one of the UUCP Worship Associates, and my pronouns are he, him. Our minister, Reverend Christine Dance, is away this week, and our Worship Associate team is leading the service. The other Worship Associates participating today are Carrie Lifshitz, John Palumbo, John LaBarbera, McKlindon, and Bill Snowden. Welcome to our service. In this sacred space, we celebrate our humanity, our diversity, and the boundless love that unites us all. The Unitarian Universalist congregation of Phoenix strives to be a spiritual community for our time, one that is theologically diverse, radically inclusive, and justice-centered. Our doors swing wide to embrace all those who will search for a welcoming place. May our worship today be a source of inspiration, a comfort in challenging times, and a call to action. If you are new here, a hearty welcome to you. We encourage you to come back several times because our services are different each week. Today, we will be telling stories about how our Unitarian Universalist faith, and particularly our commitment to solidarity with all, has grown from seeds planted by our ancestors. From them, we have inherited a legacy of courage and compassion.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Benji Messer, music director. I use he, him pronouns. It's good to see you. I'm glad to have Talise and our choir with me this morning. Our opening hymn is the peace song, Circle Round for Freedom. Let's rise in body or spirit and sing it together. Beautiful. Let's do it once more.
Circle round for freedom. Circle round for peace. For all of us in prison. Circle for relief.
Harmonies are welcome. Remain standing for our chalice lighting.
Good morning. I'm Carrie Lifshitz, also one of the Worship Associates, and my pronouns are she, her. Join me as we recite our covenant, and M. Nibley lights our chalice. If you're watching remotely and have a chalice with you, please light it with us. Love is the doctrine of this congregation. The quest for truth is our sacrament, and service is our prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to share our strength in fellowship, thus do we covenant. Thank you. Before you sit down, please wave to our folks on Zoom and take a moment to turn around and smile at your neighbors. Thanks, Em.
Yeah, that was great. Great lighting. You may be seated. I have a few announcements. We will have a Get to Know UUCP session in the front of the sanctuary after service. Curious? Get some refreshments and join us at noon. Hear ye, hear ye. Please consider checking out a blank petition at the petition table back there or in the lobby after service to gather 5 or 10 signatures yourself from friends or family. Many of you have signed the 2 petitions that support public education and mail-in voting. However, they will only make it onto the ballot if many of us collect signatures. If you need more information, you can see the links in Compass. And now, let us draw deeper into the present moment and into our worship.
We'll start with a responsive reading by Reverend Elizabeth Wynn. Please say in unison the words on the screen in yellow after I speak the words in gray. As Unitarian Universalists, our journey is to transform the big and the small, to transform ourselves and to transform the world. Universalism means no one is outside the circle of love and no one is disposable. No one is outside the circle of love, and no one is disposable. We stubbornly seek out the spark of the divine in each other, no matter what. Interdependence means that none of us is truly free until we are all free, and our thriving is bound up in the earth's thriving. None of us is truly free until we all are free. We struggle for liberation from the violence of white supremacy, sexism, ableism, classism, and homophobia. Our covenants mean we make promises to our communities to honor love and justice above all else. We make promises to honor love and justice above all else. Thank you. I now invite our children, youth, and any adults who'd like to come forward for Together Time.
Please come up to Together Time if you want to. Already have a great group of kids up here already. Yeah, my name is Miss Blake. I am the Director of Children's Ministry here at UUCP. My pronouns are she and her, and it's so good to see everybody here today. This Sunday, I am particularly excited about it because we're going to be sharing a lot of stories today about the UU faith and some of the things that happened. And I don't know about you, but I really like hearing stories and learning more and kind of growing in my knowledge of things. But I want to talk about a particular story in our faith that I think is really cool. And I think it's really cool when you consider how it was impacted and affected by the children and the youth of this faith. So every Sunday, maybe somebody here can help me remember, but there's something that we do every Sunday to kind of start our service. I feel like it involves lighting something. What is that? Can somebody help me remember that? Anybody? Maybe it's made out of brass? I don't know. Does the word chalice, is it? It's a chalice. Thank you so much, Carrie. Oh my goodness. Carrie gets a gold star. So it is our chalice, and I kind of am a big fan of the chalice. I think for religious symbols, it's pretty cool, right? Especially when we look at the origins of it. We've talked about this a little bit before, but I'll kind of remind you guys. This started as a symbol that was used on passports to help people flee Europe in the 1940s so that they could get to safety and away from fascism and the way that that was impacting them at that time. So this symbol was used on passports to help get people cleared and pass through. And eventually it became something that we started to light and use every Sunday in so many UU churches in the world. But did you guys know that it wasn't an adult who made that decision to start implementing it as a symbol of our faith? Did you guys know that it was children and youth in the 1970s who did that? Isn't that really cool? Isn't that really amazing that the wisdom of children helped us to have this beautiful ritual that we do every Sunday, to remember the solidarity that we have with one another, to know that we're all seeking liberation and we all want that liberation for one another? But I think it's so amazing that that came from the children of churches, of the UU faith, not the adults. I think that's so beautiful and wonderful, and I hope it all encourages us to remember there's wisdom everywhere. You know, there's so many ways for us to learn and grow, and I think some of these guys up here probably have some great ideas for us. So thank you guys so much for listening and hanging out for Together Time. Let's get back to our service, and we'll head back to our seats. Thank you, everybody.
Each month, our congregation selects a local organization that makes action on issues in alignment with UUCP mission, and we share our offering each Sunday. This gives you an opportunity to learn about the organization, reflect on your level of interest and appreciation for what they're doing, and act to support them, either by donating in the offering, in service or online, or by finding out more about them, perhaps to volunteer or consider another way of contributing to their work. It's an opportunity to learn, reflect, and act. Service is our prayer and one way of being centered on social justice. Each month, old guys, you know, we just can't use these things. For May, our Share the Plate partner is 1 in 10. The mission of 1 in 10 is to serve LGBTQ plus youth and young adults, ages 11 to 24. They enhance their lives by providing empowering social and service programs that promote self-expression, self-acceptance, and leadership development and healthy life choices. Through their programs, LGBTQ plus youth build confidence, celebrate their identities, and are empowered to thrive in all aspects of life. For all that you give, we are so grateful. Ushers, thank you for your willing hands to help us pass the plate.
recognize that our lives are interconnected. Part of our journey as a community is sharing our significant milestones, joys, and sorrows. If you're here on Zoom today, you can put a note in the chat. And if you're in person and have a joy or sorrow you'd want shared next week, please fill out a card at the table at the back of the sanctuary before service. We have a couple in person. I'm going to pull them. So we have from Jim. Jim shares that Char is having toe surgery this week. Please pray for good healing. And indeed we are. We hope for a very, very smooth healing process. And Bunny and Dale share with mixed emotions for Bunny and Dale as we leave Wednesday for our great moving adventure to Colorado. Bunny will be back and forth to continue her real estate business and for UUCP, of course, and they hope to become snowbirds in the future. Mixed emotions indeed, and so much love going with both of you into this next chapter. May our joys and our sorrows, those that are named and those that are held in the silent sanctuaries of our hearts, help us draw closer and care for one another. I now invite you to take a moment, get comfortable in your seat, get grounded where you are. Take a deep breath together. And let's just sit quietly together for a few moments. Blessed be.
Do you remember when we came back from COVID lockdown and we were being very careful not to sing together? We did a lot of humming. And it was very meditative. So let's try that again. We're going to hum the melody of Spirit of Life once, and then we'll stand and sing. Here we go. Let's stand and sing. Here are the lyrics. Spirit of Life. Thank you all. Please be seated.
Sorry, we're going to deviate just a little bit. I'm sorry about this. We do have somebody here from 1 in 10, so I would like to invite them up to tell us a little bit about their organization. That'd be great. Thank you. I'm sorry about that.
I love your shirt.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Good morning, everyone. My name is James. My pronouns are they, them, and I have the privilege to come and talk upon with 1 in 10. For those who don't know, 1 in 10 has been in the Valley for over 30 years now. Yeah, it's been really great. Really humble beginnings, starting in someone's living room on a couch, just having a conversation, right? And I think that that's something that's beautiful and speaks to community. 1 in 10 has so many programs that have just grown throughout the years, and from camps to over 21 different satellites, which I think is so amazing to think that it started all just sitting on a couch and having a conversation and just finding same values, right? And I think we're so grateful to be able to be in this space and to talk to you folks and be around like-minded individuals. I think about, I am also in a choir actually, and yesterday we just had our choir performance, and one of the songs is Hope Lingers On. I don't know if you folks know, but the last verse of that song is, my country, when justice is gone, my country, hope lingers on. And I think there's a lot of power in that, right? Going and giving youth from ages 11 to 24 the space to be unapologetically themselves. And I know you might say youth over the ages of 18 to 24, but I think that any adult knows that you're only kind of adult-ish during that time. So you're still learning. That frontal cortex is still cooking, and I think that that's really important to find like-minded folks and individuals that, we have the privilege of seeing each other. We have 2 different gender-specific nights, identity-specific nights. One of them is transgender and non-binary, and the other one is our LGBTQ youth of color, our BIPOC groups. And we have a brick and mortar downtown that we have an opportunity to have open Monday through Friday, and the privilege to go and have that area open from 3 o'clock to 7 o'clock, to where we can go and have our Promise of a New Day housing individuals. Those are individuals that are seeking housing, and they can come in, and maybe they're in transitional housing situations where they're trying to find housing, and we're in that process of getting that for them, right? And they can shower, they can take care of their laundry, they can have a hot meal. And again, just that every moment that we have an opportunity to build community for our youth and let them know that, the world kind of looks a little sad right now in some areas, but, hope does linger on, right? There is hope in community. So thank you for allowing us to be here today and to have our missions echo each other, really. And letting us sit together and sing songs. And honestly, thank you for letting me take a deep regulated breath before I came up here. It was really nice. But thank you folks so much for letting 1 in 10 be in your house tonight and for donating towards us. If you want to come find me after the service and talk about how to volunteer, how to get involved, where does your money go specifically, about some of our other more detailed programs, I'd love to do that. And I'd also love to go and share just kind of the really cool stuff that we have kind of up this year. But thank you all for your time and for letting me be here. And I hope that you guys have a really great rest of your day. And thanks for having me.
Thank you, James. Thank you, James. Let me say, I'm really glad you're here, and if we already passed the plate, so if that made you want to give to 1 in 10 and you didn't a minute ago, we'll be giving to them all month. But if you're like Bunny and are taking off after this week, talk to an usher on your way out, right? We don't make the deposit until after service ends, so you can still give.
So we're going to be telling stories today. And our first story is about the women of the Unitarian Society of New Haven. Some of our stories of Unitarian and Universalist justice makers are about how injustice, the diminishment of a person's dignity, inherent worth, and autonomy, impact our most personal choices. We begin our first story by remembering that we make promises to honor love and justice above all else.
Unitarian Universalists believe that freedom includes the right to make decisions about our own bodies. We believe that people who can get pregnant always have the right to make decisions about their own reproductive health. In 1879, the state of Connecticut banned the sale and use of birth control. Under this law, which stood for over 80 years, a woman in Connecticut could not legally purchase any form of birth control. In 1961, Ezzell Griswold put Connecticut's ban on birth control to the test by opening a birth control clinic in New Haven. The simple act of civil disobedience resulted in the police shutting down the clinic and arresting Ezzell Griswold, Deborah Weiner, a UU religious educator, recalls.
My mother was one of the founders of the Unitarian Universalist Society of New Haven. She, along with a bunch of activist Unitarian women, were leaders with Planned Parenthood of New Haven. During the time the clinic was closed, the board was determined to continue dispensing birth control. They set up in our basement with the windows cardboarded up, typewriters set up, boxes of diaphragms and gel and birth control pills everywhere. I was warned not to tell anyone what was going on. I was told that it could result in my mom getting arrested. So I kept quiet, and the operation continued. When the Griswold v. Connecticut ruling came down from the Supreme Court in 1965, there was a huge celebration in New Haven. My mother and her friends, who were almost all UUs, were heroes because they carried on even when the police tried to stop birth control from being available.
Our bodies are sacred. No matter how many bodies bear scars from misogyny encoded into law, from violence, from lack of access to medical care, women's bodies are sacred. And so are the choices offered by reproductive freedom.
Our second story, the Clergy Consultation Service. Unitarian Universalists know that life comes with hard choices, and we believe that pregnant people can be trusted to make those hard choices, including the decision to terminate a pregnancy.
Even after the Griswold v. Connecticut ruling in 1965, it was difficult for women to get birth control in many areas of the country. It was illegal and often deadly to seek an abortion. In 1967, an unlikely group formed to help women obtain safe abortions, the Clergy Consultation Service, an underground network of rabbis and ministers, including UU ministers.
The charge for aiding and abetting an illegal abortion was a $1,000 fine and up to a year in prison. But the Clergy Consultation Service operated out in the open, says one minister, sending the message that we were choosing to defy the law in order to adhere to the higher law. By 1973, roughly 1,400 clergy members across the country had helped hundreds of thousands of women access safe abortions. Having clergy take such risks helped to change social attitudes about abortion. and the case that became Roe v. Wade started in Texas with encouragement from the Unitarian Universalists, especially the Women's Alliance of the First Unitarian Church of Dallas.
Today, we affirm this commitment. In the words of Reverend Lisa Sargent, the movements for reproductive rights, for gay and lesbian rights, for civil rights, for immigrant rights, for human rights cannot be separated. Each of them is fundamentally about ensuring that every person has control over their own life.
Our third story is about AIDS, and it shows us again that no one is outside the circle of love, and no one is disposable.
In 1982, the CDC created the term AIDS, acquired immune deficiency syndrome, to describe an infection that was killing people. As the AIDS epidemic grew to claim lives of tens of thousands each year, it became clear that AIDS was moving with particular vengeance through the gay community. The response from both secular and religious voices was silence or outright condemnation. Many churches refused to hold funerals for gays. For gay men and their own families would turn away from them.
Unitarian Universalist ministers were among the few clergy who entered the pastoral breach, grieving with and tending to the dying. One of them, Rev. Kim Crawford Harvey, recalls, "I conducted the early memorial services with the clear insight that the first victims of a massive shipwreck were just washing ashore, though I couldn't possibly have imagined the magnitude of the loss. Time and again, we stood facing the ocean and scattered the ashes of our dead into the world."
Harvey remembers sitting in silence with a dying parishioner. "Listen," he said, breaking the silence, "in all this madness, even if it kills every single one of us, there's no one left to tell the stories. It matters that we love each other well. We are left to tell the stories. It matters that we continue to love each other well, that we make promises to honor and love justice."
responding to injustices, past and present. In our final story today, we recognize yet again that none of us is truly free until we all are free.
On Sunday, March 7th, 1965, Alabama state troopers attacked 600 unarmed protesters as they walked across the Edmund Pettus Bridge outside Selma, in an attack that became known as Bloody Sunday. The following day, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. called on clergy across the nation to come to Selma to witness the brutality and to bring national attention to the violence and injustice there. In his call to clergy, Dr. King wrote,
"No American is without responsibility. The people of Selma will struggle on for the soul of the nation, but it is fitting that all America help to bear the burden. I call therefore on clergy of all faiths, representative of every part of the country, to join me for a minister's march. In this way, all America will testify to the fact that the struggle in Selma is for the survival of democracy everywhere in our land."
In 1965, clergy from around the country, including our own Reverend Menker, responded to Dr. King's call and helped the country see the civil rights struggle as a national moral crisis rather than a local struggle. That put pressure on the federal government to pass the Voting Rights Act of 1965, which it did just 10 days later. And the struggle for the survival of democracy continues today. In 2026, again, clergy from all over the country, including our own Reverend Dance, responded to the call to come to Minneapolis to bear witness to the ongoing injustice of our own government.
Our clergy leads, but the greater responsibility is ours. Our faith calls us to affirm the inherent worth and dignity of every person, to side with love, and to work for justice. When our neighbors are under siege, living our principles demands we show up. We go to bear witness, to use our bodies and our covenant to say, "Not here, not in our name."
Our response to all injustice must be as a community, not only as individuals. No one of us is powerful enough to defeat the oppressions we're experiencing, but together we can respond powerfully. Some of us witnessing in person, others supporting at a distance, all of us answering the call.
Unitarian Universalism is for those who have seen the arc bend toward justice, and those who doubt that it will ever bend. But nevertheless, know we must act as if our own lives depend on it anyway. So we resist any laws, policies, or practices that deny anyone their humanity. We know that now on earth is our chance to create heaven. We know that love crosses borders and prison walls, lives in queer families and disability justice organizers, thrives among trans young people and working class elders. The flame is now ours, as is the work. We side with love, we work for justice, and we carry the flame forward.
So today's anthem had a big finish, and I want to do it again with you. You've heard it once. Sing along this time. Please rise in body or spirit. Let's sing the end of this together. Starting from When We Walk.
When we
please remain standing.
Thank you, Benji. Thank you. And I do also, on behalf of all of us up here, want to give a big round of applause to Gary for putting this whole thing together. Thank you, Gary. Thank you. No, you deserve it. You deserve it, Gary. Thank you. After our service ends, I'm sorry it's so painful, Gary. After our service ends, noon activities, including our children's ministry programming with Martha, Blake, and John, whoever that is, will be listed on our screen. Please join us for coffee hour with food and refreshments in our community space just across the patio. Carrie, please close out our service.
Our closing words are from Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. We may have all come on different ships, but we're in the same boat now. Go in peace, go in love.